welcome back. We've got our purple onion, our red onion cut up. So there's a half a cup, so since we're doubling it, we're going to put a cup of onion right there. Now, toss these dry ingredients around here. Now we're going to have 2 tablespoons of vinegar. So we're going to make these in a smaller container here. 1, 2, since we're doubling it, we're going to need 4, 3, 4.
Broke my neck.
2.
What was up there?
Thank you.
We're out of stuff down here.
We're going to have 2 cups of mayonnaise, so we'll get a...
I don't care about the mayonnaise.
Thank you.
Come on, break my neck. Good. So for all you watching this, yeah, almost broke my neck.
Half a cup of mayonnaise. We're going to just eyeball the rest of this.
Almost broke my neck.
That would be probably a cup.
That's right. My neck.
Alright, that's going to be about 2 cups of mayonnaise. It calls for sugar, but we're going to substitute. So let's get this stirred up. I do have a little hand blender. Let's try that. See how that works. I'm not sure. Jack cleaned out my cupboard, so we'll see where it is. Here we go. Here we are. We're going to use this little blend or whip stick. Mix this up well first. Alright, let's mind our bacon over here. Flip it over. So it calls for 2 tablespoons of sugar. We need very little stevia. So we're going to put 2 scoops, but that is probably going to be more than enough. So this is just a tiny amount if you want to measure the difference between your fingertip. It's just not even a half or a quarter of a teaspoon. We'll do 2 of those scoops. We'll omit the sugar. Now, that's pretty good. Raisins and other berries are going to bring some sweetness. So you don't want to worry about it not being sweet enough. You want something pretty sweet. All right. So here we are. We don't have a container quite big enough. Well, that might work. Let me grab this down. All right, this is the liner to my crock pot. To see if I can get all of this incorporated. So here's our broccoli. Here's our dry raisins and nuts and such. That goes. Then we have mayonnaise and vinegar and stevia. Well, I needed this big container. I think I may have made enough to feed an army. Okay. Yeah. It shouldn't be really wet, so we're going to mix this up and see just how sticky. We've got everything a little moistened. We don't want it wet. Shouldn't be like pouring, a lot of liquid on top. Oh, this looks pretty. It's got purple, onion, different colored berries. I'll show you in just a minute. Yeah. All right. Now, the last thing calls for is the bacon. So, let's see how much bacon we have already cooked. Put this chopped up in the bowl here. You know what? I'm just going to use it. Why not, right? Why not? Love purple onion. There was probably less than a quarter cup extra there. I'm going to use that. How's this coming along? Now, here's our cooked bacon pieces. I didn't worry about getting a real expensive bacon. You want some crispy now. Here you go. Now, I want this crispy, and I want to chop it up. Let me get a knife, bigger knife over here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to chop this. If you don't have bacon, you could probably omit the bacon. Alright, you know what? I'm just going to break it up by hand. Toss it in there. That way any pieces that are too chewy I don't want to use, I can just toss back. If I don't like a piece of chewy bacon. Would not want to get that. A little bit of her flavor. Now, before I made this morning, I tried out my first batch of eggnog, and well, it turned out all right. We altered the recipe. We began with a recipe we found online, just your general eggnog, of course, minus the alcohol, and we played with it a little bit. And I'll tell you what I ended up with for the recipe after I tweaked it a few times. And so far the reviews were positive, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5, not bad. All right. Now, how's this working coming? Use turkey bacon if you were concerned about that being higher, the pork bacon being higher in fat. So here's our recipe for the eggnog, which we ended up with. Sydney didn't drink all of hers, but here it is. It's kind of frothy on top, and I think it tastes pretty good. We started off with 3 cups of milk. We used skim. Then to that we added 2 cups of whipping cream. And all this was just added to the blender. So 3 cups of skim milk, 2 cups of whipping cream, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup, and I think I probably bumped that up to 4 tablespoons actually. 1 tablespoon of vanilla, a dash of ground cloves, and 1/2 of a teaspoon of stevia. And the stevia I use, I ordered on Amazon. It just says pure stevia extract. You can get liquid, you can get the powder. This is the powder from health food stores. The kind you get in the grocery store aisle is not pure stevia extract. It has filler in it, so I would avoid that if at all possible. And it turned out pretty well. All right, so we're going to stir this up, and then I'll give you a look. I may put a few more pieces of bacon when that bacon finishes up. So let me have you take a look here. Actually, I'll put some in a bowl and show it to you that way, since I have that on a tripod. Here we are. We have, let me see it here. The lighting is pretty good. You have the cashews and the purple onion and the broccoli. You can see the grapes, or I mean the raisins. Let's take a little flavor. I think that's very good. I had it one other time. I had someone else brought this to a church function, and I got the recipe. It's been a couple, well, let's see, 2006. That's when I got through. I may have made it one more time. I think I'm done. Sweet, crunchy. It gives you that feeling of eating something healthy for you. Makes us feel good. I would say that is ready to go to the table. And we're going to serve this tonight with a rotisserie chicken. You may have some leftovers from Christmas time, sweet potato souffle, and then a pineapple dish. And that'll be our dinner tonight. So, we love you guys. Happy New Year.